Hi students, today we're going over Unit 4, Module 1, Session 1, Number Review. Here is the completed box challenge puzzle. If you look at it closely, you'll see that the number at the top is the product of the two numbers on the left and the right, and the number on the bottom is the sum of the two numbers on the left and the right. For example, 3 times 15 equals 45, and 3 plus 15 equals 18. So number 1, we're going to fill in the blanks to complete each of the box challenge puzzles below. Remember that the number at the top is the product of the two numbers on the sides, and the number on the bottom is the sum of the two numbers on the sides. So if we look at 35, we're thinking 7 multiplied by what equals 35? That's correct. 5. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 plus 5 is 12, because remember the number at the top is the product and the number at the bottom is the sum. So looking at the next one, 6 times what equals something we don't know yet. 6 plus what equals 12? Well, there I know that 6 plus 6 equals 12. Therefore, 6 times 6 equals 36. Looking at the next one, 72 is the product, 17 is the sum. So what number plus another number equals 17? Well, I have lots of possibilities there. 1 plus 16, 2 plus 15, lots of possibilities there. So really I need to look up at the product. So what two factors do we know equal 72? And the answer is 9 and 8 is correct. 9 times 8 equals 72, and 9 plus 8 equals 17. Let's look now at number 2. Evaluate each expression. 14 times 3 times 10. So I know that 14 times 3, I can think 14 doubled is 28. Add one more group of 14. And that's 42. 42 times 10 equals 420. Look at B, it says 4 times 9 times 20. So if I see parentheses here, that means I normally want to solve the parentheses first. So I know 9 times 20 is 180, and 180 times 4. That's one way I could solve it. But I wonder if I could instead say 4 times 9. 4 times 9 is 36, and 36 times 20, I can think 36 doubled is 72, add a 0, so that's 720. So I know when I have multiplication, see it's two multiplication symbols, it doesn't matter the order in which I multiply. But with number C, I have division and multiplication. The parentheses here, it does matter. So I'm going to solve the parentheses first. 600 divided by 20, I can think 60 divided by 2, which is 30. So 30 times 5 is 150. D is 99 times 99 plus 1. So again, with differing symbols, we're going to solve the parentheses first. 99 plus 1 equals 100. 100 times 99 is 9,900. Let's look at number 3. Julia said that she solved the problem 360 divided by 12 by dividing 36 by 12 and then multiplying her answer by 10. Write an expression showing her thinking. So she said 36 divided by 12 and then multiply by 10. So there's the expression that would match that. Number 4, it says Lucas said he solved 360 by 12 by multiplying 12 by 3 and then multiplying the product by 10. So write an expression to show his thinking. Multiplying 12 by 3 and then multiplying by 10. Number 5, who got the correct quotient or answer, Julia or Lucas? So let's think. 36 divided by 12 is 3. 3 times 10 is 30. 12 times 3 is 36. 36 times 10 is 360. So which is the correct answer to 360 divided by 12? Is it 30 or 360? Right, 30 is the correct answer. So we would have to say Julia. Number 6, Billy said he thinks 30 times 176 is 3 times larger than 10 times 176. Do you agree or disagree? Explain your thinking. So here we need to think, is 30 times 176 the same as 10 times 176 times 3? Are those two sides equal? Because that's what 3 times is. It's times 3. And yes, it is equal because 3 times 10 is the same as 30. And then we have the multiply by 176 on both sides. So yes, Billy is correct. And then you need to explain your thinking on your paper. Says number 7 says write the following decimals in standard form. We have 1,000 plus 6 plus 1/10 plus 3 thousandths. 1,000 plus 6 plus 1/10 plus 3 thousandths would look like this, because I think there's a 1 in the thousandths place, a 6 in the ones place, a 1 in the tenths place, and a 3 in the thousandths place. B says 14 and 397 thousandths. 14 and, remember that and means a decimal point, 397 thousandths. 397 thousandths. Number 8, write the following decimals in word form. So here we have 10, and because there's nothing else in the whole numbers, we have decimals, so I need an and to show my decimal point. Then we have 6. Is that in the tenths or the hundredths? That's right, it's in the hundredths, so we're going to say 6 hundredths. But then we need to think we have 8 thousandths, so we have 6 hundredths and 8 thousandths. So how do we really read that decimal number? That's right, it's going to be 68 thousandths. So we're going to say 68 thousandths. Don't forget the TH at the end of thousandths, THS. B, we have 40 and 545 thousandths. So you're going to write that in word form. 40 and 545 thousandths. And number 9, write the following decimals in expanded notation. So if you notice here, we've had 3 forms we've talked about. We have standard form, which looks like this. We have word form, which looks like words. Then we have expanded notation. That's what we're going to do now. 772 and 16 thousandths. So expanded notation, we're going to write each place value separately. So first we have 700, then we have 22. So first we write the hundredths place, then the tenths. So we have tens. How many tens? 20 tens. How many ones? 2. And 16 thousandths. We have 0 tenths, so we don't need to write that. We have 1/100th. We do need to include that. And then we have 6/1000ths. And we're going to write that also. So there is your expanded notation. B, 938 and 120,000ths. So we're going to say 900 plus 30 plus 8 plus 1/10 plus 2/100ths. And although you see this 0 here in the thousands place, it's not absolutely critical to include the 0,000ths, but we'll include that here anyways. But again, you don't have to include that. The final one, number 10, compare the decimals. Fill in each blank with a less than, a greater than, or equal. So comparing these two decimals, I see the 1 is the same, 6 is the same in the tens place, the 0 is the same in the ones place. Now let's come here to the tens place. I have a 3 right there and a 0. So which is greater, 30/100ths or 3/100ths? That's right, 30/100ths is greater. Let's look over here, 7 and 98,000ths versus 7 and 908,000ths. Which is greater? That's right, the number over here, the second one. And let's look at C. We have 3 and 71,000ths versus 3 and 701,000ths. That's right, 701,000ths is greater. And looking at D, we have 90 and 0/10ths versus 90/100ths. And the first number is greater because I have a 9 here in the tens place, whereas this is a 9 in the tenths place. Which has greater value? The 9 in the tens place. And that's all for today.